What's up, everyone? Welcome to That Happened, a series where I talk about my favorite knockoff movies. So I've seen a lot of adaptations of Snow White, and unlike a lot of adaptations of Cinderella, they don't usually fare as well. In fact, one of my least favorite movie, a movie that made me sob, it was so bad, is Snow White and the Huntsman. More on that later? But I do have some versions I like. I really like her portrayal in Once Upon a Time, up until season 4. And I like her in the movie Happily Ever After. I like the Disney version. And yeah, that's it. And to add to another version that I think just really sucks, we have the Goodtimes version. So when it comes to Goodtimes movies and other knockoff type movies, I know some people will say that they technically aren't knockoffs because they aren't one-to-one copies. Well, first of all, that's wrong. And second, it's more they're knocking off the marketing. They want you to see their version on a shelf and see, oh, this is cheaper. And it's the one children love. Yeah, they knew what they were doing. And they got sued for it. So yeah, this version of Snow White is not an exact copy of the Disney version. Snow White seems to be a little bit older, at least physically anyway. And there are a lot of things that are changed. Funny enough, this version actually adapts more of the original story than Disney's version. Specifically, they leave in all of the Evil Queen's attempts to kill Snow White when Disney just went with the apple one. But what they also kept from the original tale is how extremely ineffective they are. First, she straight up strangles Snow White with dress lace, but then they just remove the lace from her neck and she's fine. Then she tricks her into putting a poison comb in her hair, but if you remove the comb, she's fine. And then we go to the apple, where she takes a bite, she faints, but all they had to do to revive her was get the piece of apple out of her throat, and she's fine. Yeah, it's just kind of silly at points, but aside from that, this movie is boring. It's so boring. The sad thing about these Goodtimes movies specifically is that unless they're hilariously bad, they are just a chore to get through. And aside from a couple funny lines from the Queen...
That is terrible, to lose a child. You must be heartbroken.
I am inconsolable.
You can totally skip this one. But if you're curious, you can watch the entire movie on YouTube. Like this video for more knockoff movie reviews, and let me know in the comments what movies you think I should cover. Later.